Today on Ask BRStv, we're answering Corey's question from our Facebook group, #AskBRStv, who asks, my two-part additives are mixing up brown. Is this normal? Hi there, Randy answering a question from our very own Facebook group, #AskBRStv, where Corey posted pictures of his alkalinity and calcium additives that had a slight tinge of brown to them after mixing, and then asked if that was a normal occurrence. Well, Corey, this is somewhat common among a variety of two-part additives. However, as long as it's from a brand you trust and relatively consistent from batch to batch, I wouldn't be overly concerned. That said, if it's something that bothers you, here's a couple of things you can do. The brown or undissolved particulates in your additives is likely insoluble or organic material, and in many cases, if you let them sit long enough, the material will likely settle to the bottom. So if you didn't want to add those unknown particulates to your tank, you could siphon the clear solution from the reservoir and leave behind the stuff at the bottom. Along with that, right after mixing while the material is still suspended, you could also try to filter out the material through a filter sock or maybe a coffee filter. However, once you've seen that the unknown particulates in the solution are there, it's hard to unsee, and I wouldn't blame anyone for looking around for an additive that mixes up clear from the get-go. Okay, so this may sound like a pitch for our own additives, and in some ways it is. However, after doing some comparative testing in-house, we did find that the USP standard pharma-grade additives that we use for BRS additives just don't have the same insoluble material, and because of that, mixes up crystal clear. This is likely due to the process for creating the high-grade USP standard for a variety of chemicals, or just by targeting ultra-low levels of contaminants like aluminum, iron, phosphates, heavy metals, magnesium, or alkali salts, you also end up with a chemical that doesn't contain those insoluble or organic materials, and why you don't see them in the BRS pharmachems like our sodium bicarbonate, soda ash, calcium chloride, or magnesium additives. So to close this one out, I think we can all agree that there are proven results from reefers using a wide variety of additives to their tanks, and if I had a piece of advice for those of you who stick with your current solution but don't want to dose the brown insoluble material, I would recommend filtering it out like I mentioned earlier, or at the very least cleaning out your dosing reservoirs before refilling them again. Other than that, for really only cents more per day, you can simply pick up additives where this just isn't a concern. Thanks for watching, and thank you, Corey, for the great question. As you can see, many of these questions come from our #AskBRStv Facebook group, where reefers can get their questions answered from us and group members, often in real time. So click that link in the lower left to join the group and see what others are saying about Corey's question, or ask one of your own, and we'll see you next time on Ask BRStv.